In the Reformation of the 16th century, you have Luther, who believes, just like the fathers on this, he believes that it is possible to commit apostasy.
He actually comes against the teaching of once saved, always saved, but he did believe that there were certain people that were given the special gift, who were the elect, who would be given the gift of perseverance.
For Luther, there was the warning of final damnation for those who fell away and walked away from the faith.
So it's really amazing. You have the once saved, always saved doctrine repudiated by the early church. You know, the first 3 centuries of church history. You have Augustine picking it up from the Gnostics and bringing it into the church, but only teaching that the elect among saved people will persevere and no one knows who they are. And then you have it going to John Calvin.
I think Calvin is one who takes it even further. I guess that's why we call it Calvinism, not Lutheranism.
Once saved, always saved, as we know it today, actually stems back to John Calvin and his followers.
He says that his whole theology could be systemized by just quoting Augustine's teaching.
The main difference between Calvin and Augustine is that although Augustine emphasized that we cannot know for certain until the day of our death that we are of the elect, Calvin emphasized that there are clear indications in this life.
But it was Calvin who basically took that last idea that, the elect are given the gift of perseverance and said that all Christians, anyone who comes to Christ and receives him, has the gift of perseverance and will be finally and irrevocably and inevitably saved.
So Calvin diverged from the tradition that came before him. He even diverged from what other Reformation leaders taught. But then after him, the Baptists, most of them, I'm Free Will Baptist, but most of the Baptists diverge with him from the Christian tradition. The Reformed Presbyterian tradition diverges with Calvin from the mainstream Christian tradition. But then when you look at the rest of Christianity today, they don't believe in once saved, always saved, or the certain perseverance of the saints.
The majority of Christians in America or elsewhere don't affirm the idea of eternal security. That's just not part of their DNA. The whole Methodist denomination.
You have the Restoration movement, like Christian churches, Church of Christ, they're not Calvinist.
And then the Pentecostal charismatic circles, we would largely hold to the idea of you can forfeit your salvation.
The Anabaptist movement almost uniformly believes that it's possible for a true believer to apostatize from the faith. So the vast majority of Christians do not believe in once saved, always saved.